How do you raise your power in Duet Night Abyss? Well, as in every game, there's a few ways. In this video, I'll lay out all of them so you can conquer the endgame of Duet Night Abyss whenever it feels like showing up. And stay till the end for a very unique one you may not have seen before. Pow! Obligatory CBT warning. I'm Shrike, subscribe for more gacha content, let's get into it. First off, each character will be one of 6 elements: Hydro, Animo, Electro, Pyro, Lumino, and Umbro. If I've already lost you, just give up on video games now, you're hopeless. So once again, Genshin Impact trolls the gaming world into naming their wind element Animo, as if that word has anything at all to do with wind. Hoyo is up in their ivory tower laughing at all of us, but it can't be helped. Like the guy who named the tip of your elbow a weenus. Bet he laughed himself right up to the day he died. Anyway, it's important to know a character's element to be able to make the most out of them and grind the hardest content. But now moving on to actual progression. Each character will have a level which needs to be increased with XP material farmed from the Hedge Commission, and skills which need to be leveled up using materials found in the Defense Commission. As you level, you'll notice the character will hit breakpoints where you'll need Ascension material to continue leveling them. This can be acquired from the Expedition, one of the Endless Commission options. Then you'll need to look at their information. It will tell you if they prefer a certain type of weapon or not. This isn't mandatory, but will be helpful in order to get the most out of each unit. Let's take a look at Lyn. It says here that she prefers dual pistols. Next, we'll look at their skills to understand what they do. For instance, Berenika's passive says that she'll gain more sanity if she's using a sword, which will allow her skills to last longer. Always a good thing. So to get the most out of Berry, you'll want to equip her with a sword. The ranged weapons obviously can't be a sword, so look at the effects of the guns and bows and decide which one best fits the character you're building, and equip that one. If you don't have the blueprint for that weapon, then farm Nocturnal Echoes for weapon blueprints. You can run it 20 times each week. Now we can equip the character as well as all their weapons with demon wedges. These are your gear system, and can be farmed from the Noctoyager manual commissions. You want to try and get demon wedges that complement what your character is already trying to do. And don't worry about wasting them on a character, they can all share the same demon wedges simultaneously. Before we finish demon wedges though, you'll need to go back to the Nocturnal Echoes and grab as many track modules as you can, and change the tracks of each demon wedge section to match the wedge that you want to place there. This will reduce the cost of the wedge, essentially allowing you to add many more than you normally would, or to level them up higher than you normally would have otherwise. Genimon are a pet system, and I cover them in a separate video, but it's important to grab one of these as well, and force feed it other pets so it grows big and strong. Pick one that complements what your character wants to be doing as well. Next, this is a gacha game, and as such you'll be pulling on banners to get characters, so therefore copies of the characters will come into play in some form. The dupe system in Duet Night Abyss is called the Intron. As always, not necessary, but will always improve the efficiency and power of the characters. It's typically more of a pay-to-win option though. So there are the basics, but now I want to dive into the specifics. The stats every character has, and what they do. Some will be obvious like HP, so I'll skip those if you don't mind. Again, if you need HP explained, just give up on video games altogether. HP, shield, defense, all pretty self-explanatory. Max sanity. Sanity is the resource you expend to use active skills, so the higher your max sanity, the longer your skills will last. Skill damage. As you'd expect, affects the damage of some skills, but also affects the strength of buffs and debuffs. Skill range affects the range of some skills, like ones that deal damage or heal in an AoE burst. Skill duration affects the duration of some skills, like damage over time or other debuffs. Skill efficiency. This is another way to extend the duration of skills along with max sanity. This essentially makes the skill cost less sanity than it normally would. Morale and Berserker stats. If you min-max morale, you'll do more damage the more health you have. And conversely, if you min-max Berserker, you'll do more damage the less health you have. Just in these two stats here is a vast difference in the way you can build and play a character. There is another type of progression in Duet Night Abyss, and it has to do with dialogue and the consequences of the choices you make. There is no illusion of choice in this game. As you make dialogue decisions in Duet Night Abyss, you'll either raise or lower the value of 5 different stats: chaos, morality, benefit, empathy, and wisdom. These stats will persist after the conversation and even affect interactions with NPCs. For instance, a character might not give you a quest you need if your morality score is too low or if your chaos score is too high, and you'll be forced to run around to other NPCs to improve your reputation. I really like this addition to the game since it diverges from your time-honored tradition of playing the Mary Sue good guy character. If I'm ever allowed to play as a villain in a game, I am. The Fable games for Xbox 360 were famous for allowing you to be as absolutely evil as you wanted, and you'd even grow horns if you were bad enough. Loved those games, so having something similar but to a much smaller degree here is amazing. But if you want to learn more things about Duet Night Abyss, check out the videos that are about to pop up now. But with that being said, I'm gonna fly. See you in the next one. Bye.